Hey guys, it's me, Alex Guberman, your host, and I'm the guy who's been telling you for the last time, about a year and a half, that Faraday Future and this car FF91 behind me will never survive, will never see the light of day. It would have to take a miracle to actually have this car go in production and this company thrive. And guess what? Today I'm here in the middle of a miracle, I guess. It started a couple of weeks ago, actually, when Carsten Breitfeld became the CEO of this company, which is extremely important. But even more important, YT, the previous CEO, has been essentially fired. Now, YT is still a part of the company, which at first I didn't really understand why. But from talking to other executives here today at this media day and to other employees here, apparently he does have a big role in developing the technology, and they wanted him to stick around so he can kind of see his vision through. Apparently he's good at that, and the interview with Carson Breitfeld, the new CEO, that I will show you in a few minutes, you will see that I'm addressing that. They've also announced a new model. I will tell you about that as well. So lots and lots of things going on here. I got to tell you, I've been coming here on a short notice and kind of just seeing, what is Carson going to do? And I got to tell you, I found out much more positive about this company that for some reason, they kept as a secret from all of us. And I'll tell you all about it coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world,
Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so I know I dumped a lot of information on you, and some of it will sort it out in my interview with Carsten. Now, as you know, Carsten was a CEO of Byton and a founder of Byton. Before that, he was the man responsible for bringing BMW i8 to market, so a very, very experienced executive. And I really do believe if anybody can turn this company around, it would be him. And my interview this time around, I think this is his 6th or 7th interview on this channel, is definitely going to be very, very different. When I interviewed him when he was CEO of Byton, everything was going great. Pretty much in every step of the way, at every show when I talked to him, things were really, really well, and they were meeting all the milestones. This is going to be a very different interview because I had a lot of tough questions for him, and I would be kind of doing a disservice to you guys if I didn't ask them, including would changing the name of this company make more sense? Because what they're doing right now, they're rebranding, right? Now I was able to ride in the car for this is my first time riding in the car. We cannot show the inside of the car yet. You'll see some footage of the outside of the car. Like I said, they've announced a new model, FF81. The pictures will come out in a few days, and I will definitely either make a separate video for this or just kind of post it on the social media. So that's why it's important to subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram, on any other social media at E4Electric. But for now, I can tell you that it's just pretty much a smaller version of FF91, and the price tag is going to be much smaller. It's going to be within a Tesla Model X kind of a range. That's what they're promising, where the one behind me, the FF91, we're talking about $150,000 to $200,000. Now, Carsten also told us when this car is actually going to be delivered to its first customer, and he said that it's pretty much going to be a year from now when he'll invite all of us here back we'll witness the first deliveries of this car. So I was wrong. This car looks like we'll see the light of day, and I'm more than happy to be wrong about something like this when an electric car company gets to not die, but hopefully thrive. Now, the road is very long, obviously. First, Carsten will have to obviously raise a significant amount of money, which I kind of have no doubt he will, but he will also have to tighten up a lot of processes around here, make sure they don't waste as much money as they have wasted. Now, I was also interesting to find out that pretty much everything that you see in this car has been done in-house, and the prototypes that they have, they're pretty much 92 to 99% created at using their tools that they will be using at their factory. The factory is almost ready. We just visited their prototype building facility. That thing is just going full force. The only part of the car that's really sourced from a third party, that's a major part of the car, are the actual battery cells, and they will come from LG Chem. But the cooling system, which is really cool. It actually flows through through the cells, like literally touching the cells, which is really cool. And so many other technologies that, for some reason, I don't even know how to phrase it, but they kind of kept a secret from us. it is amazing how close to the production these guys are, and I think that's one of the reasons Carsten took this job, because this company is very much salvageable, and it's probably going to be much easier to ask for this for more money from more investors, because this company is actually in a pretty good shape, not financially, but technically, and what they were able to achieve. So I'm very excited, but without further ado, let me show you my interview with Carsten Breitfeld, the new CEO, with some tough questions he had to answer, but I hope you enjoy, and obviously I'm looking forward to your comments to see, do you think this is enough to turn this company around, to earn not only your trust back as potential customers, but also, the trust of the investors and suppliers that it would have to earn as well. So here it is, Carsten Breitfeld with my interview earlier today. This is my first interview with you since leaving Byton and joining Faraday Future. This is very different. Why did you decide to join a very much struggling startup?
So Faraday Future is a company who is designed and set up to achieve what always was my vision, to become a player in shared mobility ecosystems in the future. So this company is not so much about electric cars. Electric car is the base, but it's designed for different business models. I see this company in a very good position to become the leading party. There are some elements missing, which is execution, which I can bring in here, but there's great technology, great products, and a quite good strategy on the table.
So what is the next step? I have not yet made a positive video about Faraday Future. That would be my first one, I gotta admit, but obviously it starts with a couple of different things. What's on your immediate agenda? I'm assuming raising money.
Yeah, raising money is obviously one of the first points, and to achieve this, we have to talk about the substance of this company, what this company has. There are many companies out who are talking about things they don't have. Yeah? And this company is not talking about things we have. Hey, how crazy is this? So we have to make people aware about the substance. And this great technology, as I said, this great product and a great plan. And what I added now, what I can add and what I started and will present it to you today already, is an execution plan which will much more focus on delivery. So this is the message we have to send out to the capital market. I started those discussions already, and I can say interest is coming back to talk to us.
Is there a particular target on the amount that you want to raise in the next round?
Yes, so I don't want to disclose the amount completely here. It will be less than $1 billion. It will be a three-digit million number of dollars in the higher range. This is what we need to bring the FF91 to production, which is the smallest part. We are going to drive the FF81, so a more mass production luxury car in the same time, and even work on a second generation low-cost platform.
Now, let's talk about the YT, because mainly as you know, the media coverage was negative because of his financial trouble, the way he's run the company. But he is staying, and just from talking to some of your new coworkers, is that he actually has something to contribute to this company still. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So first of all, I know him since a couple of years, since 4 years already. I really admire him as having been a very successful entrepreneur. He built a company called Le Eco in China with a business model on selling hardware, very advanced hardware TVs, and linking video streams and digital ecosystems to it. I think he, over time, came to the conclusion that running a company and executing a strategy is not his biggest strength, but he's very experienced in digital ecosystems and the whole software industry. So he took a great decision, and I really respect and admire this. He stepped down from the CEO position to something we call Chief User and Product Officer, and he's contributing from his experience to make this experience for the user great, and hand over the company to me and let me run it. And I think this is a great decision.
Now, you say that this company has a lot of stuff, a lot of technology that we don't even know about, but the reality is that the car is very close to production. Tell us a little bit about where you are at with that, and when the FF91 is going in production.
Yeah, so I don't know why nobody talked about this before, I have to say.
Me neither, Carsten.
What you see here is a so-called gamma car. So 92% of the parts are coming off production tools. It's not built out of the process, it's the next step, but it's nearly close to release now. Our plan is once we can, let's say, ramp up the program again, getting some funding in within 9 months, we think we can bring it to the customer. My target is to start latest January next year. So by September of next year, you will see the first handover to a customer. And as I said before today, I will invite all of you to witness this important milestone.
So we're talking about a year from now.
Yes, roughly, or less.
And tell me a little bit about the 81, which you're kind of now announcing. It is going to be more affordable. It's going to be on, I guess, Model X type of pricing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So 91 is a halo car. It's positioned in the 200,000 US dollar range and shows what is possible today. But the 81 will compete in the 80, 90,000 dollar range, and it will be, if you want, the smaller brother of a 91. So the concept is the same. It's designed for passengers. You will have the greatest user experience. We will downsize the powertrain a bit. We will reduce the battery a bit because the car is lighter and you don't need those big ranges. And we will decontent a bit where things are maybe a bit too expensive today, but you still will have an absolute leading edge user experience in this segment. And there's no other car out. There won't be any other car out coming close to this.
Now, you're essentially rebranding the company, if you will, right? Obviously, you being the new CEO. Any possibility of changing the name, as many companies do that?
I would not do it, to be honest, because I think that the brand definition of Faraday Future and what was achieved in positioning the brand years before is a quite good job. And I think by coming in here and adding the single piece which is missing, some credibility in execution, hopefully is enough to convince investors to come in here. And I think it's quite short period of time which we committed to deliver something. And if we can make this happen, then the story will change completely.
Right. And I think part of the story moving forward would be kind of trust, right, with future investors, with us, the media, hopefully. All right, last question. Evergrande or Evergrande, however you want to pronounce it, made already a significant investment. They obviously backed off with all of the drama and stuff like that. But now, with you ahead of, behind the wheel, do you think they'll come back? And I think they still have a $1.2 billion commitment. Do you see them coming back and actually, protecting their original investment and investing the money that you guys need?
Let me ask the first point, comment to the first point first. I will come to Evergrande in a second. So when you talk about trust, you know me since some time. I always try to keep a very open and direct relationship with the media because you guys, you can transport our message. I'm not bullshitting around here. I show substance, and I think I will continue to do so. When it comes to investors, we will have to get this trust by showing that we are able to execute. And the most important thing that I need this trust from the vendors as well, because without vendors we cannot do anything. I start to talk to them, and it seems that they might be prepared to give me a chance. I'm very grateful for it. Now, second point with Evergrande. Yes, Evergrande has a lot of money, and they really want to step into this electric car business. Things didn't go so well in the past year, as you know. There was a settlement end of last year, so things are settled and done now. There's no discussion right now going on. We are looking really for US American investors now, and we have some connections to Middle East. But I would never say no, so there might be even a chance to reconnect with them in the future.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, this day has been pretty surreal for me. I'm still kind of baffled by what's happening with this company in a good way. I'm excited about the new car, the FF91. It's more with a more consumer-friendly price tag. They've also showed us a few other models that they're working on, including a Roadster. I don't think they will share the pictures with you guys or allow me to share pictures with you guys anytime soon. But as soon as they do, I'll definitely show it to you. It's also very cool design. And, just meeting some of these people here that stuck around for the last 4 years through thick and thin and, no salaries or cut salaries and all those layoffs and everything, I think the people who are actually left here may just be the right people to push this company through. Obviously, Carson will probably, bring some of his people here, but the ones that I met today are absolutely amazing. And every time I ask them, like, why'd you stick around? Their heart is in here so hard that they just weren't going to leave unless fired or unless the lights were going to go off one day. So I think that's kind of dedication. Definitely tells you that the people who are here are very much here for the success, and hopefully Carsten is going to give it to them. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is enough to earn your trust? Is there something in particular you're looking for to be able to trust this brand? And do you think there's still room in the market for a new car company? Essentially, what Faraday Future is, it's just, I guess, version 2.0. And just for the record, I do think that they should change the name. I think it would be easier to market, and I just not really that big on two-word names for car companies. But looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.